this is like a boyfriend tag.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, so I've got the questions on my phone. And how much would you say you know about this kind of thing?
Well, periods?
Yeah.
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
I told you a bit.
I feel like I know a lot more because of you.
I'm just going to jump in with big question. What is a period?
It is something that happens every month, and is the release of an unfertilised egg in the uterus.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
That was better than I thought you
Yeah.
would. Yeah. Okay. So there's one
Boom.
point. The proper definition I'll give you is on the 28-day menstrual cycle, the levels of estrogen in the woman's body rise, which means an egg develops, and ovulation starts. So it's released into the ovaries, which meant to go down to the womb. So the womb lining thickens, like preparing for pregnancy. And if the egg isn't fertilised, it's absorbed into the body, and then the womb lining.
The egg is absorbed into the body.
And the thick womb lining will then leave the body through the
Right.
vagina with some blood, and that's what the actual blood comes out.
Is it actually blood?
Yeah,
Oh,
and a bit of
yeah.
womb lining.
Okay.
Which is why sometimes it can be like.
I don't know what it sometimes is like.
So you kind of already answered this. How often do you get a period?
Once a month.
Once a month, yeah, every 28 days. And how old are you when you start getting the period?
I think you can start around. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I knew someone who started when they were about 11.
11.
Yeah.
The official time span is between 8 and 16.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are right. Most people tend to start about 11 or 12. What does a period feel like? What do you think it feels like?
I don't know what it feels like, obviously, but I've been told that it feels like we're like constantly wanting to go for a shit, but not being able to.
It can feel a bit like you need a poo. Any other kind of symptoms that you think it feels like?
What, the actual sensation of having a period?
Do you think there is an actual sensation of having a period?
Yeah, I reckon you probably do feel it, like, kind of coming out, maybe. Like, does it not feel like wet at all? Or?
No, because you have stuff to soak it up. It can a bit if like you've left your sanitary wear on too long and it's struggling to cope with the flow. Generally, no, you don't feel it coming out. You wouldn't even notice it.
So yeah, well, like, apart from that then,
Yeah.
I guess just the subjective mood, feelings.
So that brings me on to what is PMS? What's it stand for?
Post menstrual something. Am I right? I'm off of there.
Yeah, pre-menstrual.
Pre-menstrual syndrome.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
known as PMT. Do you know what the T means? Pre-menstrual
No.
tension.
Tension. Okay. A ridiculous change in mood and.
A ridiculous change in mood.
Should I say drastic? I mean, that's what I.
You don't always have a change.
To be honest, I've never noticed you have one.
No.
Like.
Any other symptoms that you get with PMT, PMS? Think more about physical symptoms.
Physical symptoms. I literally have not got a clue.
So the physical symptoms of PMT and PMS tend to be bloating, sore boobs, that kind of stuff. So it's not, yeah. So it's not, it's not very nice for a lot of people. But you can get special painkillers made for like period pain relief and stuff, just from like behind the counter in pharmacies and like places like Boots and that. But generally, it's just take ibuprofen, paracetamol. I think it's a common myth that a lot of guys believe about periods is that when you're on your period, you're constantly just spewing out blood.
Yeah, like a waterfall.
Like a waterfall, yeah, but really.
Or a hose pipe.
Yeah. From my experience and just from what other girls say, it's not always coming out all the time. It kind of comes out in little bursts, kind of gradually, so.
Like intervals, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. How much blood do you think you lose on a period?
So.
Over the period, over the length of time, which is.
Pardon the
pun, which is normally about 4 days to a week that you actually bleed in.
I'm led to believe that it's less than I think it is. Maybe like 5 or 6 tablespoons.
Tends to be more along the lines of 2 to 4. I'd say probably 3 average in terms of
Yeah.
that. So it's really not a lot.
That's like nothing.
There is, yeah, I know, it's barely anything. So what can you use in a period, during a period, to make it more discreet, i.e. what is a sanitary wear you know about?
Max pads, full pads,
Pads, yeah,
and tampons.
and tampons.
Yeah.
And there is also a little number called a Diva cup. Do you know what a Diva cup is?
Oh, is it that biodegradable thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how you can reuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. It's yeah, it's a little tiny cup made of like silicone, I think, like quite high resistant silicone, and you pop it in the vagina and it catches the blood.
You pop a cup inside you.
Yeah, a little tiny cup, and
What's okay? What is tiny? Or what is?
I think, well, I've never seen one in real life, but I think they're about that big. About that big. I don't know.
That isn't tiny.
So I'm going to give you one of
What
these.
economically viable? Oh, hello. I assume this is a maxi pad or pad. Is it not a maxi pad?
Maxi pads are like when you're having a really heavy flow, so like you might use that at the start of your period when it's quite heavy.
Pretty sticky on the back as well.
You stick that bit.
Goes in the panties.
Yeah.
I think. And from what I can see here, there is the vagina part
Yeah.
and some winged bits.
What do you think these for?
Well, they look like they kind of like go round the leg, or like maybe they could. Oh, they're sticky on that side,
Yeah.
so they kind of like hook around.
Yeah, they hook around to hold it on and stop any kind of leakage from either side. Then I'm going to give you this. This is an alternative.
This is
one.
clearly the other alternative,
Yeah.
not the cup. Then
No, I don't have a cup.
This is the tampon. That is the bit that you pull out with. Oh, it kind of looks like.
You try and get out of the packaging.
Yeah.
First. Well, it's not really packaging. It's a tool in itself.
Oh, that's like that.
Yeah.
And then do you put that inside you? Wait, so you put that inside you, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Not quite that.
more like a delicate. And then you don't need to keep hold of that, do you? You just gonna like push that through.
Push that right in, yeah.
And then that is comfortable. And then you got this tail kind
You
of
leave a tail.
hanging out you.
Tail.
This isn't too. Broken.
Yeah, you just give it a little pull and it should ease out. But again, like with pads, tampons can differ in their size and absorbency. So sometimes you can get tampons that are like quite thick.
That looks quite thick.
I said this is quite a thin one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I think I've learned a lot today.
We've had a successful day of education.
Yeah.
And it's been really good.
I touched my first tampon.